Hello. Buongiorno.
One, two, three, action.
Hello everyone, my name is Noémie and I am the director of Radio Turku.
Hello, I am Simon. I'm the co-host of Radio Turku. I've been living in Turku for 5 or 6 years now, and I always love convincing people to come and visit or even move in this wonderful city. Radio Turku is a wonderful opportunity for foreigners and people who live in Turku but who don't speak Finnish to discover more about their city.
Radio Turku is a podcast project centered around the city of Turku and its inhabitants, but it's also a weekly schedule that tells you a bit more about what activities or events you can find in the city of Turku. My favorite episode, I think for now, is Women of Turku, because I hear often what the international women feel about their situation while living in Finland, but it was quite rare for me to hear the point of view of Finnish women. So I really enjoyed to know a bit more about their feeling and how maybe not so perfect life is also for them.
So it's very hard for me to pick one episode because I loved them all. They were all amazing to record. We had wonderful guests. Maybe personally, I prefer the one about partying and the one about food, just because these are topics that interest me.
So today we decided also to answer your numerous questions that you sent us on Instagram. They were so many. Maybe we can start with the first one. Simon, I hope you are ready and maybe
Yeah.
you have some explanations
I-
for this poor person who
I
is...
don't know any of the questions, so it will
Yeah,
be a
it's
full
a surprise. Simon, is there life after graduation?
Well, there is.
Yeah, in my case, I'm still a student, so I cannot help you much, but we pray for you.
There is a life after graduation. It might not always be the one you were thinking of, but sometimes it turns out to be great, like it was the case for me. So
What's your job?
I'm a linguist, and I'm a freelance linguist and translator. And initially, I didn't plan to do that, but once I graduated, it's what happened, and I'm quite happy with this now. So
Okay. So a comment, a remark. I would like an episode about housing market, prices, utility bills, stories about weird and great landlords and landladies, stories about weird roommates, stories from people who rent out their place.
oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, it's one of the main theme that concerns people here, I think, and the people we know. So yeah, let's definitely do that.
Yeah, I think it would be a really funny topic, especially since as international, we always have this kind of weird panicking moment where you have to look for a flat, but you don't speak the language of the natives. So
Yeah.
it's even more difficult to convince them to rent their place. And most of the time when you are an international student, you end up in the student village. But what happens when there is not enough room for you?
Yeah, and since in this podcast we really like people's story, people always have fun stories to tell, and I think that the housing subject can be a good way to have crunchy stories.
So the question is, what is your creation process in general? I think we have two different kind of processes. Concerning the podcast, we thought together. We said, okay, we want about this number of episodes and we want to cover these themes. I think we discussed it in Kirja Kahvila.
Yeah, we had some small meetings, but I mean, we did plan some things, but we also improvise a lot, and I think that's what's good also about this podcast is that we come to an episode, there are some things prepared, and then while the conversation happens, then new questions pops up, and we think of new things and we improvise about that. So it's a mix of preparation and improvisation, I think.
Yeah, I think the good part is that I'm way more an organization maniac than Simon. So I like to prepare everything in advance, but then I often tend to forget to ask the basic questions because I already know some things about the guests. And then that's the practical part. It's my like second brain because Simon comes with another point of view of someone who doesn't know the guest already and who will ask the necessary questions that I tend to forget. Like, who are you? Because I already know the person. Question is, how did you meet? Maybe you want to say something.
Yeah, like many things that happens in our Turkulainen life, I think it happened in Kirjakahvila because this is a very central place for us. I think.
Can you explain what Kirjakahvila?
So Kirjakahvila is a coffee place in Turku. We just happened like I'm a regular customer and Noémie was volunteering there. I mean,
yeah, I was at the cashier.
Yeah, and we started since we were both French. We started sympathizing. A few months ago, she just came and like said that she knew a place where there's a studio and we could record a podcast, and that would be so nice for the foreigners and the student coming here to learn about Turku because there are not always good resources for that.
What kind of topics would you like to cover in the future? I think we discussed already the fact that we would really like to do an episode about the military service because it's something that doesn't exist in our home country and it's the case of a lot of internationals. So I would be curious to hear the point of view of Finnish men or women who did participate to this program. I would really like to question a bit more women, Finnish women, especially about maternity. It's a topic that really interests me because I think in a country where paternity leave is so long and so common, I would really like to have some mothers or maybe even a dad who stays at home to question. This would be really, really revolutionary. Then I have a question. No, this is bullshit. I'd say it just to laugh. When do you invite me and Maria in your podcast?
Oh, this is Sergo.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whenever you want, Sergo, we can have a episode only about you.
We can have a special Sergo episode.
Yeah, they will
if you want.
I'm sure there will have plenty of things to say. There will be.
Our engineer, do you have our sound and video engineer? Do you have a question for us since we already finished the list?
What? Really? Okay. That's all we had. Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay, since you were not reactive enough, we decided to ask our friend ChatGPT to.
Don't say it. Just say that it's people that it's people who send it to us by a private message.
I think that in conclusion, I can announce that we will continue this project because very luckily we have found a partner who will sponsor us for a few months. And I cannot say it yet because we still need to prepare a few arrangements. But most likely 6 episodes are coming during the next semester and the one even after. So keep in, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Well, thank you everyone for watching this small video that was a bit randomly organized. Thank you for your incredible questions. Don't forget to send more. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Moikka.